Okay. Are you ready?
I am ready. Let's do it.
Hi everyone, it's Sheena LaShay, and today I'm here with my friend Joanna.
Hi Sheena, yay!
Hi! Joanna, of what I know, because this is also me learning about you, what I know of her is that she's a comedian, an actress, a dancer, a yoga instructor, a producer / like event manager, host person. And that's just of what I know.
You're making me look good. I'm like, who is this person? I never think about all of it. It's so, when we started emailing and you were writing things down, I was like, when do I have the time to do all? I guess I'm just going, you know. When projects come up, I just do.
Let's talk about the things I found when I Googled you.
Okay.
I've only known of you or have known you for about a year. Okay. When you were doing the fundraiser for Schtick a pole in it. And it was a fundraiser for a friend of yours,
right?
That was battling cancer.
Yes, breast cancer.
Breast cancer. And so they had it was comedians and pole dancers, and all the money went to help their friend. And I went to that first show.
Oh, thank you.
And then after that, they started doing the show every month. And it was just a great opportunity for performers to have a space and a welcoming audience.
Yeah, going back to the benefit, I'm a comic, Anna is a pole dancer, and Brooke Notary. So Anna Gunstrom and Brooke, we all kind of knew the same girl. So I was like, I'm going to do a benefit. I had no idea what I was going to do. And I was like, if I make $100, it goes to her. I don't care. I don't know. I think I felt a little helpless, like probably everyone does when someone gets cancer. And she's an amazing woman. She's doing awesome, by the way. So yeah, that's so cool. She kicks ass. And so we did this. I was like, I'll do comedy and let's just put pole dancers in.
That's great.
Because why not? And all of a sudden, it just kind of took on a life. I mean, first of all, I wanted like 12 comics, 12 dancers, and make it a crazy. And Dan, my boyfriend,
that's a lot.
Was like, no way, it will be a 4-hour show. So it kind of was like this weird thing that ended up not what I really had planned. Ended up being a great show. If you were there, it was packed. It was. Everyone was so loving, and people were like, "Why don't you keep doing it?" And I was like, "What? No. You think people would come see this again?" And I just got a lot of great feedback, so we kept doing it.
And I love the show because, you've taken a few pole classes, but I don't think you'd consider yourself like, a pole dancer.
No.
And yet you are producing a monthly show that's like half pole for the community. Like, there's so many pole dancers that want an outlet to perform.
Yes.
And you consistently do this, and we also get money. Like, Joanna, here's the thing, and we talk about this amongst ourselves and in the blogger group I'm in. Like, even if you paid us like $2, we'd be like, oh my god, this is awesome, because I personally feel like there's so many, specifically in the pole community, events that do not treat the performers well. Like, they don't have dressing rooms. They like the people producing the events consider it a gift that they'll give you a ticket to the show that you're performing in.
Right.
They're like, that's your thank you. You could see the rest of the show and
get on stage
and now perform.
Yeah.
And you're like, here, and what else do you need? And money. I had no idea. I was just like, oh my god, like, this is amazing. And you're I don't want to say an outsider, but you're not even a pole dancer, and you're doing this great thing, which is crazy amazing to me.
Oh my gosh, I wish Dan was here, but he'll have to watch it online. Thank you for saying that, because, first of all, being a dancer professionally, you work for free, you take classes, so you pay money to dance and dance and dance until you get a job. And then, so I think just being in the world, I've had awful producers, I've had awful directors, I've had amazing directors who would do the fall and do the stunt for me first and be like, I'll show you, it will not hurt. And I mean, it really does make a difference. Money aside, just money aside for a second, if you feel like someone is actually cares, I feel like that goes a long way.
Yeah.
Because I've done a lot of free gigs. I'm sure you've done a lot of free gigs. I've done a lot of extra work. I've done a lot of friends stuff. And I just don't care as long as I'm treated like my time matters.
Exactly.
And we do want to make it I mean, first of all, we walked, the space we have it is at the R Bar. And I was like, so where's backstage? And they're like, this is it. And I was like, oh my God, we can't have it here. They have to have a backstage. And meaning, so you can come onto the stage in a very professional, awesome, whatever, grandioso thing, and to come through the audience, I thought you guys would be like, what? No. And it, you know, it's worked out and it's fine. Again, I don't think I can pay you guys enough what I think you're worth. So I feel like part of it has to be, I need to be a good producer. And I think like Dan and I talk about this all the time. I go, I've been to the R Bar where girls are pole dancing and the director or the producer is not there, and I'm like, just to sweep the floor. You guys don't need to take care of that. Just to be like, do you need water? Yeah. You know, I feel like that is something extra I can provide if I can't give you the money you're worth. Yeah. And so that's what so I thank you for that. And I don't know, I think it's because I just got into the world and I'm like, these guys are cool. Like, let's hang out with them.
Let's just play.
Yeah. And comedy too, you know, we get paid nothing, you know, forever. And, you know, as far as that's concerned, it's like, you know, if I can give you a good space with an audience, because that's what we all just need is an audience to see if we're doing well, like if we're doing good. Do they like this? Do they not like it? There's no way to know, in my opinion, unless the audience responds.
Yeah. How long have you been a comedian? And when does it become like a thing? You know, like when does it go from you just tell funny jokes and you're like the person people like in that way to you being a comedian? Because like pole dancers, like you're taking classes and then you perform, like, right. Is that a question?
No, it's a good question. I mean, I know the answer. It might be too long, but I'll try to condense it. I was a dancer since I was 3 years old and performed. I got a great job. I was lucky enough to be on Broadway. After that ended, I was like, I got to get out of the business. I just wasn't, I mean, I was auditioning and no one was asking me to do anything. I wasn't getting called back. So when I danced, I was always very like comical, and every like backstory was like, so I'm the, you know, and I was making these crazy backstories. I would do pranks. I got in trouble all the time on stage, like, stop laughing. I'm like, but that was funny. Like, they're like, it's a live show. I was that girl. It was probably there. I probably wanted to be an actress. I wasn't really sure where to kind of channel this funniness, and I just, and then somehow, some way, I was like, oh, stand-up comedy is what I should do. Yeah, I just like to be funny, but not in a weird way.
I have a challenging time with comedy.
Ooh, this is getting deeper. That was a fun spin. I mean, we love spins. I love spins. Spins